Good evening, friends and family. Man, how I missed you guys. It's been a long time since I've done this. Was inspired by my man Jason today. He says to me, you know what? You got to get back on. You got to start doing the SuperStars podcast. I love this show. This show is, to me, is like, I was trying to think of the MTV show. I can't, was it Uncut or Naked or Raw, whatever the word is. I can't think of it, but it allows me to go one-on-one with people I work with on a daily basis in this crazy world of real estate. And it's funny, like I've been thinking of different things to do. I'm like, all right, I can monologue and talk about headlines and do all that crazy stuff. But it's funny. The news is always negative. It's just never positive. No one's ever hearing the real story of people in the streets in the real estate business. And that's really why I focus on this show. I try and bring in the people that I work with on a daily basis, the people I grind with, the people all the words that you can come up with. And I got to tell you guys, when you are out doing real estate and you're in the world of it, it can be very lonesome. And if you don't have good people to work with, you really can feel like you're by yourself in a lot of cases. And I don't think people understand when we say we're a team, we're not just a team, we're friends. Like we really get in the trenches together. We're really there to help one another. It's a camaraderie. More recently, especially with my friends over at Opus Elite, they're really starting to push the trend of more collaboration between agents and more collaboration between people. And there's a lot of lenders I love out there. My Fred Loms, my Chad Naxons, just a lot of good people, my Nikki Haley's. I mean, these are people that, in essence, you want to call competition, but I would never call them that. I call them friends. I call them comrades. I call them associates. It's tough enough to make a living doing this, guys. I mean, every day is not $1 million listings. It's not. It takes years. It takes patience. It takes persistence. And I can use all the other adjectives in the world. But if you're not doing it with the people you like to do it with, it's tough. It's tough. It can really be a grind in a bad way. And I'm saying all this because we opened up a South Jersey office. And when I say we, I mean Opus Elite. I always feel like I'm a part of that family. I'm the in-house lender, but as everyone knows, or I hope they know, I can work with anybody, and I work with agents across different brokerages in different states. We opened up this office, Mark, Volcon, myself, Val Gallagher. We opened this office with the intention of bringing something new to the South Jersey side, to a main street in South Jersey. And you never know what to expect. And I'll never forget the day I met this guest that I'm bringing on. She walks in, we talked, and immediately we clicked. We have this click. And I got to tell you guys something, and this is true. It's not cliche. You really work with the people you want to work with. You know who you're going to gel with, the people that are your ride or dies, the people that you're going to be loyal to. And loyalty is important. It's important because loyalty happens when no one's looking. It's when someone's trying to steal a deal. It's when a client's trying to take something away. It's when you fight for that individual and you're willing to put them ahead of you. It's rare. It's rare. It's hard to find people that will do that. And I'm telling you, Gianna and I just clicked. And I think it's because she's an older soul. Even though she was probably, well, I don't even want to know. I'm probably going to find out she's at least a decade younger than I am, probably more. But I feel like we click in so many different ways. I wore this hat in a homage to her because she originates from South Philadelphia, and I want to get deep into that. But man, I got to tell you, we have been working together for such a short period of time, and literally June. It's been June of this year, and we talk every day. We've built such an incredible relationship, and we really, it's so hard to find that. But I'm telling you, the keys to success in any industry, but especially in real estate, is finding people that you're going to work with day in and day out that you want to make better. And because of that, you yourself get better. And I'm telling you, you think it's cliche, you think it's BS. It's not, guys. It's not. It's something. Real estate is a very tough business, and it's very tough specifically now. And if you don't have people out there, I don't care who you are, if you're not surrounding yourself with people you want to be around, people you want to make better, people you want to help to succeed, it is even tougher to even do anything, let alone sell millions of dollars. To do anything in this business, you have to have those relationships. So that was my intro. I'm going to bring Gianna on the screen. Hold on, Jay. I'm going to give her the proper intro. So when I tell you, she is one of the most poised, one of the most professional, one of the most outgoing, but yet she's so good. She is a stone cold killer when it comes to doing deals. I've never seen someone who's so naturally good at it. And we're going to get into so many different topics. And I am so excited to bring to the stage, to bring to my show. Oh, God, it feels so good to be back. Gianna Furia from Opus Elite, South Jersey.
Hi.
What's up, homie?
Hey.
How are you? Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, so all due respect, you are so versatile. I literally asked you to do it like, I don't even know, what, 6 hours ago, 5 to 7. You're like, yeah, man, let's rock on. So before we get started, I cannot ignore your attire, and I feel like I match you a little bit. Is this a 90s looking hat, even though it's from last year? I feel like it is a little bit. No?
Yeah, it's got the 90s vibe. It's Philly.
What I love about you is you keep me in check. You do that. Is this Aunt Mary? Is this the Aunt Mary I spoke to?
That's my Aunt Mary. Yeah, she worked in the middle of the room.
So, all right, Villa, we're gonna get to all that good stuff. So stand up and show everyone what you're wearing, please.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. So this Spice Girls shirt, for those of you who don't know the Spice Girls, you need to just stop watching right now because you don't know what you're missing out. The Spice Girls. Did you grow up with the Spice Girls?
100%. I love the Spice Girls. I still have their Barbie dolls. They're in my kitchen.
So Spice Girls, give me a time period for them.
Like 98.
98. What were you in 98? Like, were you 7? What were you?
Like
Hi, Mary. I am Mary.
5.
How old were you?
5 years old.
You were 5 years old.
Yeah, so I'm like really short. Anybody that knows me knows I'm really short. I'm only 5 foot tall. My first bike, I forced my dad and I believe my grandparents to get me a Spice Girls bike. It was so big, I never learned how to ride a bike because it had to have a giant Spice Girls bike.
Is there any particular Spice Girl that was your favorite?
Baby Spice was my favorite.
Okay, so Baby, who was Posh, the really hot one, married to the soccer player?
Yeah, David Beckham, yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't as friendly though, right?
She was like the dark soul one. She's probably like me in my 20s.
Okay. So can you relate to every Spice Girl at different points of your life, do you think?
Different Spice Girl.
Yeah.
Spice Girls are awesome.
So there's Scary, Posh, Ginger, and Baby?
And Sporty.
Sporty. Yeah. Now Scary, who did Scary marry? She married someone famous. Uh-oh. Is that me? I hope she didn't freeze. It's either me or did you freeze? Uh-oh. Was it you?
I think it was me.
I don't know. I feel like I freeze. So wait, who did Scary? Who did Scary marry? Because wasn't there a reality show?
Baby with Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy?
She had a baby with Eddie Murphy, but she wasn't married yet.
She had a baby with him?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, interesting.
This is weird knowledge, you know.
Yeah, we could do. I feel like you'd be really good at 90s pop trivia.
I'm amazing at trivia because my dad is obsessed with trivia. So since I've been a kid, we would sit at a computer and play trivia games.
It's pretty amazing. I love it. So, all right, let's roll back. Let's start. So we're going to start from the South Philly beginnings. I love this. So you've got to, like, obviously there's going to be people watching that are from South Philly. So there's going to be things they know. But I want you to imagine a world, right, where no one's seen South Philadelphia or understands it, right, to growing up Italian in South Philadelphia. So you've got to set the tone for people who have never experienced this before.
So growing up Italian in South Philadelphia,
yes,
it is the only place that is like itself. I've lived in Florida, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, and nowhere is like South Philly. You are family with everyone. It doesn't matter if they actually share a relative with you. Your next door neighbor is your cousin, and it doesn't matter, and you protect each other to the ends of the earth. you have block parties and fire hydrants going, and it is probably one of the best experiences to ever have growing up. Just like this huge family and brother, like when they say brother love in Philadelphia, South Philly is the heart of that.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't
true.
matter. It doesn't matter. They call us like the worst fans. Like you got the Eagles hat on, but in reality, we're probably the best. Like as long as you're not against us. But like if someone's walking through the city and wants to know where to go, people will stop, let them know where's the best cheesesteak place, where's the best place to get their mozzarella, whatever they need. Like it
Oh,
is.
I love. There we go. So there's our first. I wish we should have like these little pop-ups of your. And I forget the words. I wish John Duffin were here. He would tell me colloquialisms. There we go.
Listen, I moved my dad to Blackwood last year. He still drives back to South Philly to go pick up cheesesteaks or hoagies or different things. Even pizza. He'll go to City Pizza and bring it back over here.
Well, you know what? We're going to get into that discussion. I mean, I live in South Jersey now. I'm struggling a little bit with the food. I'm sorry for people that are born and raised. I lived in Philly for 10 years. No, guys. No. Like, it's not even close. Like, it's not even close. Like, the people that are good are the people that came over from South Philly, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And we can, and we're also going to talk about South Philly influence in South Jersey, and specifically Washington Township, right? It absolutely is just, it's amazing. So, all right. So you gave us a good picture. Did you have that? Were you a mummer ever? Were you in the mummers?
I wasn't a mummer. My cousins were mummers. I wasn't.
Your cousin. So everyone knows everybody, right? Like it's literally a party in the street. I would say almost daily, right?
Yeah, we used to have block parties for Halloween for everything.
Yeah, and without permits, right? You guys just shut that down.
Well, no, we would get permits. Like you'd have to, like they'd knock on neighbors' doors just to get the street blocked and stuff like that. Yeah. But like they never bother you about it. It's pretty easy.
So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Everybody knows a guy, Chad.
Everyone knows a guy, right? Or as Mark would say, got a guy, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So I want to put you on the spot. Where have you ever been to Italy?
No, I've never been to Italy.
So where in Italy is your family from? Do you know?
My dad, I believe, is Sicilian and Calabrese, and then my mom is Napoletan and Abruzzese.
Yeah, so I've been to Italy. I have no idea what you just said. Different parts. I've been to the more touristy spots, I guess, like the Rome and the Amalfi and the Positano and all those other parts. But are you planning on going to Italy? Someday
I would love to. I would love to take my parents to go to Italy someday.
So all right, so you got Naples. There you go. Naples was Did you know that Naples was the birthplace of pizza?
No, I did not know that. That's pretty
okay.
Cool.
So I found this out. Stanley Tucci makes this show. It's on CNN. You would like it. Yeah, he made a show called Touring. I think it's called Touring Italy. I have to look up the name. But he eats his way through Italy, and he'll talk about the foods that are most well known in each of those regions. It's an amazing show. It's an absolute amazing show. So, all right. So I got the whole piece of that. So you grew up. Give me the rundown of your family, sisters, brothers, and then maybe go a little bit outside of that, and then where they were, like how close your uncle and your cousin. Give me the. I want to go hardcore South Philly Italian with you right now.
So I grew up in a very tiny South Philly row home, near the stadiums. And my dad, my mom, they're still married today. Mm-hmm. My sister and brother. I'm the oldest out of 3. Mm-hmm. Then. Like I have like a million cousins because my grandma had all twins. So
wait, so you're the oldest of 3.
Yes.
So it's you. Is it Lucia? Lucia's
the youngest. It's me, then Joey, and then Lucia. Joey's the middle.
Joey, I don't think I know about Joey.
Joey's a goofball.
Okay.
Joey calls me once a week just to yell random things.
Everyone has a Joey, I feel like.
Yeah. Joey is the heart and soul.
Who else is Joey? Is he a Joey?
My dad.
Okay. All right.
My dad, my uncle, my cousins.
Okay, so it was you, and is it Lucia or Lucia? How do you say it?
It's Lucia because my grandmother's name was Lucia, which is the Italian pronunciation, and she hated it and she liked it to be pronounced Lucia. So my mom named her youngest Lucia after her.
Okay, so Lucia. Okay, so Lucia, Joey, Gianna. Dad was Joe. What was mom?
Mom's Gina. Her name's Regina. She hates to be called Regina. So you'll hear me call her all
Gina,
the time.
Joey, Gianna, Lucia, and Joey.
Yep.
Okay. Any Italian named pets?
Yeah, we had a Bella.
Okay.
For at one point we have right now she has Sugar and Cookie, my mom.
Okay. I like that. I like Sugar and Cookie. That's good.
Yeah, we had Bella for a while. She's my favorite. And then we had Cassie was one of our dogs.
All right, so give me some more names. So Dad had how many brothers and sisters?
My dad has 2 brothers. He's the middle of 2.
And what are their names?
Teddy is the oldest, and my uncle Alfie is the youngest.
And Teddy and Alfie. Okay. And what about Mom?
My mom has her oldest sister, which is my Aunt Patty. Then it's my Aunt Mary and my Uncle Joey, which are twins. They were born on Christmas Eve, so their name's Mary and Joseph.
That makes
then
sense.
It's my mom and her twin brother, my Uncle Pat, who's Pasquale. But his name's
Holy crap. I've already lost. So I'm Jewish. Our families aren't this big. I've already lost count. So let's do this. Now I want to keep going. This is fun. By the way, I love this.
Yeah, my grandmother had 5 sets of twins.
What do you mean had 5 sets of twins?
She had 5 sets of boy and girl twins.
Your grandmother?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I've never even heard of that.
Mm-hmm. And then
what? Is that like a Guinness Book of World Records thing?
I don't know. She lost, so 2 sets passed away, and then 2 sets were living, and then my Aunt Patty's twin passed away.
That's crazy, though.
Mm-hmm.
5 sets of twins?
5 sets of twins.
What?
Yes.
I've never heard of that in my life.
So I got a lot of cousins.
That's incredible. All right, so give me the rundown.
And then my mom's got a half brother that we call Cisco, but his name's Richie.
All right, so and I, by the way, the nicknames. Did you have a nickname?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. I don't really have a nickname.
You don't have a nickname?
People like Gigi Fur, I would get called. I
thought everyone had a nickname, no?
Not the girls as much. It's more the boys.
Okay.
So like my dad's nickname was Rings because he has real curly hair.
And I have a question. Is it like if someone says Rings, right? Do they know immediately who it is? Like, is it that the?
Oh, they know. They know by their nicknames. All my dad's friends have nicknames. Every single one of them has nicknames.
Everyone has nicknames.
Yeah.
And everyone knows if you say Rings, it's your dad.
Pretty much, yeah. That's his
crazy.
Name.
All right.
Yeah.
So
and Mary was Mary Mafia. That she had a nickname.
All right. So I think I got. So we did that, right? So this is fun for me, Bob. I'm having fun. So get to the cousins. Like just start spitting them out.
So I have my oldest cousin on my mom's side is my Aunt Marcy. She's the same age as my mom.
Okay.
Her name is Marcella. I believe her real name is Marcella.
Okay.
Then I have my cousin Franco. Dario, Adrian, Jessica, Chris, Gianni, Ava. I think that's my mom's side. I'm probably missing a bunch of them. Oh, and Antonio. And then on my dad's side, it's just.
No, wait, that's all first. That's all like
first cousins. Yeah.
That's all first cousins.
That's first cousins. And then on my dad's side, it's me, Christina, Teddy, Anella. So those are my first cousins. My dad's side is smaller.
Oh, that's small. Okay, I can handle that.
My dad had 2 brothers. Yeah, my dad just had 2 brothers. My grandma had 3 boys. She said she's lucky. She said she didn't want girls.
That's hilarious. All right. So where did they all live in comparison to you?
Blocks from each other. Well, my grandma lived a block over from us. So literally like a couple streets down. We used to walk to her house all the time. Aunt Mary lived in the Italian market, but then she moved near us in the stadium district. My cousins were up 12th Street. They were always closed. My other cousins were in Packer Park. We could pretty much walk to everybody's house.
See, that's the thing I wanted to touch on. Yeah. That is it's almost timeless, right? So like you are a new generation individual, but you grew up in a way that has withstood decades and decades and decades, right? And that's the amazing thing with South Philadelphia and the people from South Philadelphia is the closeness of family. Right. That's the amazing part. And that's something that like, I'll always forget. My wife and I were looking, like, I wanted to be Italian so bad. Like I wanted to be so close. We ended up
pretty awesome.
we ended up like living at 8th and Catherine, and I was right near the Italian market, and I was right near Ralph's and God, keep going on and on and on. So, and it's so infectious. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm like, this is the whole thing is so amazing. Like, even on I'll remember, and I'm Jewish, right? Mind you, I'm Jewish. I remember when Easter was coming, the Italian market was buzzing with people buying the meats and the breads and the pastries. It's just every holiday was such a, it
Oh,
was,
so much fun.
yeah, like
Well,
a
we
big
even go for
celebration.
like Christmas Eve. Like my dad will cook, Aunt Mary will go and buy certain things, and then Aunt Honey will make the salads. Like we'll do like all these different things.
You didn't mention Aunt Honey. What Aunt Honey
Oh, that's
called?
my Aunt Patty. I call her Aunt Honey. I called her that since I was a kid. I call her that. That's my nickname for her.
I know, Mary. I still miss Eighth and Catherine. I still miss Eighth and Catherine. So
yeah, she was right on 12th and Kimball, right on 12th and Carpenter.
Oh yeah. So what's a typical holiday look like? How many you guys packed in there?
Oh, packed.
Yeah.
Ever since COVID, things have been like a little bit weird with like getting everybody together and everything. But usually, like you can't like. I think the first one I took Sean to, he had no idea what was going on, and he just sat there and they just kept feeding him. Like they just kept putting more food in front of him, and Sean's like, "This is so good." Like my dad was literally coming up with spoons, like, "Try this." Try this. Sean, so now when Sean comes over for yeah, that's true, Lucia. When Sean comes over for holidays, like he just sits in the chair and goes, "Feed me, Joe." my family was also the first so my mom's family, my mom's grandfather, which would be my great grandfather, they called him Tony Ice Cream, I believe was his nickname, or Tony Water Ice. He started Water Ice in South Philadelphia.
Wait, what?
Marcelo's Water Ice. He was the first Water Ice in South Philadelphia. I still have the news clip, actually. I could probably
really.
Yeah, from his obituary. He was the first water ice in South Philly. He, I believe, made it by accident. He was making something called Yum Yum. And Mary will probably correct me if I'm wrong. And he forgot to put the cream in, and it came out really good. So then he would have a little cart and take it to all the shops in South Philly.
That's okay. So this is a cool fact, right? So I want to know, you've done this for me in the past. So go through your family's businesses, because you've done this. And you do this with me all the time. You're like, Chad, I'm a blah blah blah, and I'm like, I'm one of the blah. Like, give me some of the businesses. So you have, no, you told me you do this with me all the time. What do you mean? You're acting like you always tell me there's all these this my aunt owned this and my uncle owned that and all this other stuff. Oh boy, are we frozen again? I hope that's not me. Is that you, G? You frozen again? I don't know. This is going to be a long conversation if she keeps freezing up on me. Oh, does anyone want to do an impersonation of Gianna while she's frozen? No? Anyone? Yeah. Is it me, Jay, or is it G? Yeah, she froze. I know. Oh, we were just getting to the good stuff. Well, when she gets back, we will. You got me? I should send you the link, Lucy.
You see me? I lost connection.
Yeah, there you go. It froze you mid-smile.
That's weird. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
So I wanted you to give me some of the family businesses.
So we had like a ton of businesses in our family. Like my cousin Johnny used to have a concrete business. My uncle used to run a has a trucking company now. I have an uncle that's an electrician. My uncle Alfie's opening a sandwich shop in Voorhees.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's opening a sandwich shop in Voorhees. I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah, your one aunt had Aunt Mary had. Did Aunt Mary have the laundromat? Who had the laundromat?
No, that was one of my grandfather's family on his side. They owned a coffee shop too. They owned I think it was like a Dunkin' Donuts, or before a Dunkin' Donuts, like a coffee shop, and they had like a little laundromat. My grandpa used to tell me the stories about all that, and it was his aunt. She's older. She had that and all that stuff. So yeah, so back. They're going back.
There's a reason I'm talking about all this, and you know why that is? Because
and they owned a sandwich shop too on 7th and I believe it was 7th and Johnston, right on 7th and Johnston.
How long ago was that?
Ooh, like before I was born. Probably like maybe before my dad was born, honestly. I don't know.
The reason I bring all this up is because you have such depth in family, right? Forgetting how your family is so big. But
it's so much.
But this is a standard South Philadelphia Italian family, right? And I absolutely, you can say hello to whomever you like, by the way.
Hi, Amanda.
I adore this. And for people that have never experienced it, it's so awesome. It's such a cool thing. It's so unique to this section of the country. It really is. It's so unique. And it's something that I know is so important to you, right? And I think that there's so much of that has made you so successful now because of your ability to be so likable and versatile with so many different types of people, and that is that's why I dove so much into it, because I knew that when you peel it back, you can talk to anybody. Like, you can relate to anybody. You know what I mean? What's up, Garnett? How are you, buddy? So, oh yeah. So, all right. So we're gonna get out of South Philly, not that much, but a little bit. So, Holy Communion was St. Monica.
My Holy Communion?
Yeah.
St. Paul's.
St. Paul. Where's St. Paul? Is that 12th?
That's 9th and Catherine.
9th and Catherine. Yeah, see, I should know. It was right around me. Okay.
10th. It's really 10th, honestly.
Okay, so you did everything at St.
Not Catherine. I'm sorry, Christian.
You didn't do any St. Monica?
No, that's from 15th Street. I wasn't up that way. I was in the Stadium District. I was right near Stella Maris.
I thought everyone did Santa Monica.
So by the time I finished my communion and my confirmation at St. Paul's, but then I moved to the Stadium District on 9th and Johnson, right near Stella Maris.
Okay, yeah, you lost me.
St. Monica's the other side of Broad.
It's like a whole other world.
It's a whole other spot.
All right, so you did all that. I'm gonna go. We're gonna do something fun later. We're gonna do a fun South Philly food tour with you. You're gonna tell me your cheese guy, your bread guy, your meat guy. I want to hear all that stuff. But aside from all that, let's talk about something else that's fun. So you went to Kappa, right?
Yes.
And Kappa is most widely known outside of Philadelphia for Boys to Men, right? I feel like Boys to Men put
Jasmine Sullivan. And Jasmine Sullivan.
I don't know who that is.
She's huge right now. She graduated a few years before me.
I feel like I'm an old fart. I don't know who she is. Do I know something by her?
She's got a Grammy.
Wow. Sorry, Jasmine, if you're watching I do not have a Grammy.
But Boys to Men is way bigger. Boys to Men is definitely way bigger.
Yeah. So tell me about that. I want you to tell people. So is Kappa, it's a specialty high school in Philadelphia dedicated to what?
You have to audition to get in.
You have to audition to get in. So it is Kappa is creative and performing arts. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Right. So creative and performing arts on Broad Street, and you have to audition to get in. So what age did you audition?
8th grade.
8th grade. What did you do to get in?
I had to sing. I had to put together a couple different pieces to sing and read music and show them I knew how to do solfeggio and stuff like that. And then you also have to have certain test scores. Like, you have to be over, it's not as high test scores as like Central and some of the other specialty schools, but I had to have over an 80 percentile for everything.
And I believe people will come in to go to that school, right? It's like people.
Yes, there was actually a couple people from Haddonfield that paid to go there.
Okay, yeah.
They have to pay, but like they can still audition and come.
And is it theater, dance, music?
So there's vocal, there's theater, there's dance, there's visual arts, there's creative writing, and there was film. I don't think I missed any. Oh, and instrumental as well.
And instrumental, okay.
Yeah.
So
Lucille correct me if I missed one, because she went there too.
Do you remember what you sang to get in?
What did I sing to get in? I sang like an old folk lullaby, and I sang. What was the other piece that I put together? I don't remember. It's weird. I usually remember. I can't remember because I know it wasn't. So I sang like a folk lullaby, because you have to like show off your range and your voice and kind of do something a little classical. I didn't sing anything like popular pop music.
She went for graphic design.
She went for visual arts, and then she was a film major. She moved into film after that.
Very cool.
I can't remember what the other song was that I sang. I can't remember.
Did Joey go too? Was it a trio?
Joey did not go, even though he could have, and he probably should have, because Joey's got one of the best operatic voices I've ever heard in my life.
Really? Mm-hmm. Operatic.
Mary, that's right. I sang Mary. Did you know? It's his favorite song. He still has a recording of me singing it on his computer, probably.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. I did this on purpose.
No.
I can't. I can't put you on.
Make me sing.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna see if you wanted to reenact your audition, the Kappa.
I don't even remember the words to that song. I've had a lot of time in between. I lost a lot of brain cells.
Listen, I mean, you can't give us anything. I'm gonna try and get her to sing. I did this on purpose. You want me to go off screen? Does that make you less nervous?
Well, how am I gonna sing with no music or nothing? And Lucia Shaw. Oh.
Well, listen, I'll get off the screen. Take me off, Jason. Take me off the screen. Take me off the screen. So it's just you. It's just you. You close your eyes. Don't look at the comments.
Yeah, but I don't know what to sing. Is the thing. I don't really know without music.
You want me to let you ponder on it, and then I'll come back to it?
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Let me think about what I could sing.
It's
hard to sing without music.
So like you didn't think I was gonna ask you to do that?
I did not.
Honestly, you really didn't think I was gonna ask you to do that?
I should have known better.
You really didn't think I was gonna ask you to do that? Come on, man. All right, so we got out of Kappa. Talk to me about life. Give me all the good stuff, because we're gonna get up to the real estate stuff. This is a real estate. It's supposed to be a what up, Sean? It's a real estate. It's a real estate focused show. So we're gonna get into the grind. We're gonna talk about all that good stuff. But give me whatever you want to give me to get me to real estate. And I want to talk about the cold calling stuff. Let's not forget about that, because you and I do. Yeah.
Yes, that's fun. So after Kappa,
yeah.
Well, after high school, I was a paralegal. I worked for a law firm for a little bit. I worked while I was in high school, and then I stayed, and I had it set a little bit. But then I got that's when I kind of had my life got crazy. And I started doing a lot of the wrong things, because so first I had my daughter at 21. And before that, in that little in between time, it was just partying, going out. I didn't go to college, so it was kind of if you stayed back, there was certain type of people that stayed back with you, and you just all went out and partied all the time. Then I had my daughter at 21, and after that I got I just went the wrong way. I started dabbling with different drugs and stuff like that, and I went on a really long run with drugs, alcohol, the whole nine, heroin, and I went in and out of treatment centers for most of my 20s. Just could not get it at all. Just couldn't get together. Up here and then down in Florida, I did the Florida shuffle, in and out of different treatment centers down there. And then I don't know what happened. I swear I just the only way I can say it is one day when I was 25 years old, I guess, 25, I kind of just asked God. I was done, and I said, God, end this. And instead of ending my life I was trying to tell God, he ended the struggle, and I never picked up again. And
you went cold turkey?
No, I did go cold turkey. I didn't take anything, because when I first went to treatment, I went cold turkey a few times though. I was out of my mind, child. I didn't care. So I didn't want to take the drugs that they give you in rehab centers, because if I wanted to run away and get high again, I didn't want that still in my system to block it. So I wouldn't take anything. And I went to this TC treatment center, and I went to so many different places down there, but I don't know. I think it was just talking to God again. Instead, I was the first time I actually talked to him in a really long time. And I think that was just what did it to me. And that's the only way I can describe it. But from there, I met these really awesome guys. I don't know if any of them would be watching or watch this at any point, from Seacrest Recovery Center. And they never gave up on me. They really were such good people. There are good people out there in the whole recovery scene. And I lost my health insurance, and they scholarshiped me up here in New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, they scholarshiped me. I was living actually in a regular sober living with girls that had months sober, and they would come and pick me up in a van and take me to treatment with just these guys and me. And I'd get in fights with all of them, because it was Eatontown, and they all were New York Giant fans. And I remember telling them the Giants were going to trade Odell, and they were really mad about it. And then the Giants did trade Odell, and they were so pissed. They were so mad. But Jared, they were so mad. But then Jared and Josh at Seacrest, they like said to me, they were like, "What are you doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like we know you. Like you were
Mm-hmm.
sober for almost a year in Florida. You're one of the best people we've ever had around. Like you're such a good person." And Jared just started screaming at me because I was a terror. Like I was a horrible person. Like I would come in there like, "Oh, I got this insurance. Where's my cigarettes? Where's this? Where's that?" And like I would just be laid out. Like they had me have my own room all the time because they didn't know what I was gonna do. They thought I was nuts. But they got like I just listened to them and I just started sitting and saying and doing what they said. And then I got like afraid to actually like go out. So I went from one center to like a step down center to another step down center. But then I didn't want to leave because I was like scared like to not have that watch on me. But they diagnosed me with PTSD and I did EMDR therapy at Victory Bay over here in Laurel Springs. And it's the best thing I ever did. Ever. I've never wanted to pick up nothing like since like I honestly maybe once I've ever thought about it, but I did AA. I still, I went through AA meetings and everything, had a sponsor, did the steps, all that. And I just make like a lot of a living amends. Like a lot of my stuff is like I'm just gonna live today better than like yesterday. And like that's the only thing I can do to like change my life going forward. I've seen a lot of death. I've lost a lot of people, like really close people to me. My best friend died of an overdose. I still have this tattoo for me and her. I've never changed it or touched it because it's exactly how it was on her. One of my closest friends in Florida died of an overdose. It's like, it's made me see a lot more than I should have at a younger age. Thanks, Dad. And it's just
Oh,
like,
by the way, I like the is that Fred, not Fred Flintstone. Is that
that's Fred Flintstone.
That's Fred Flintstone.
My dad is Fred Flintstone. You've seen his head and him, you'd be like, he's Fred Flintstone. He thoroughly believes it. I swear to God. Wait till I show you. He's Fred Flintstone. He might walk down. He might walk down and jump on just to show. But because I'm at his or Al Bundy. But yeah, like I kind of just like kept doing everything they were telling me to, and like I wanted my daughter in my life. My parents protected her. I thank them every day because if they didn't step in, like my dad never gave up on me, my mother never gave up on me. They both like they wouldn't enable me, but they just would pray that maybe one day I would come back. And my mom prayed the rosary for me every night. They were there for me through everything, but I wanted to prove to them that this was real. So I wanted to stay in a place. I wanted to show them because I wanted to earn the right to show I'm a stable person. I deserve to have my child in my life. And like, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be stable. And I did. I did all of that. And I went through it all. That was pretty much, I was working at like the call center at that time when I got sober. So that's where I first started doing like cold calling and stuff like that. And I started making really good money. My house burned down right before COVID in 2019 or 2020, in March of 2020, right before COVID, my house burned down. I was in an Oxford house with a few other women and I lost everything.
Oh my God.
Didn't pick up, didn't drink, just kept going. And I really believe like if that didn't happen, like it humbled me back down again. And then it also like propelled me forward. Like me and Sean wound up getting an apartment after that. I got my daughter back in my life. I had a judge give me partial custody back without me even asking for it because he said he could see how, how like I've done, like how I've changed my life and like a good person I am. And
do you? I just want to. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Listening, I want to know. You're so comfortable and confident in how you speak about it, and I think that it's so important to know that about you. And it is because it just like you're an infectious ball of energy. Like you're just that kind of person. I'm serious. Like it's just, you're very unique in a good way, in a very, very good way. It's refreshing. Like the way you're authentic and you're real. All of these things, and even the way you talk about it now, is it something where like how did you get to that point to be at such peace with all of it? Was that time? Was that over time too? Or?
It was definitely time because I also think it was like just over that like 8 years of like going in and out. Thanks, Josh. Congratulations on 6 years. But like over that time of like just like going in and out of places and everything, like I was so uncomfortable with me. I was just so unhappy with me. And like when I finally like got sober this time, I just stopped caring. Like
Yeah.
this is me, right?
Yeah.
I can't change any of that, but I can change the next day. I can
Mhm.
change the next step. And I mean, like, that's all I can do. And like, as long as I keep changing that, like, I have a child that needs me. Like, who cares what I wear, what I've been through, what it is. And I think it helps me more in my day to day, especially with real estate, because like I work with real people with real lives. Okay, I'm not sitting on a pedestal. I'm no better than them. I'm no better than you. Like
Mhm.
I've been through stuff. So like when they're going through stuff, when you have divorce situations or clients whose brothers are in rehab or things like that, like you can sit there and like talk with them and
Mhm.
like understand where their head is at, and then they feel more comfortable, and then I can like help them better, because like
And honestly, let's be honest. You realize that 90% of what people worry about is bullshit. Like,
that's
you
true.
know,
It's true.
it gives you such perspective on life, and which helps you be such a good realtor because you're like, stop complaining about the stupid drapes. You know what I mean? Like,
But like everybody has their baggage, right? Like
yeah,
everybody has their shit. Mine's maybe drug addiction,
yeah,
yours may be something else, somebody's might be mental health,
yeah.
somebody's else might just be like embezzling, they might be doing all crazy stuff, like right? Like everybody has had moments in their lives where they
Hell
haven't
yeah.
done the right thing.
Very true.
Or they think back on and they're like, I wish I would have done this moment differently.
Yep. Yep.
I tend to live my life in I can't change any of that, and I wouldn't have done any of it differently because every single step of it led me to where I am right now.
Yeah, I dig that.
Maybe that's just
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to be. Like
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be sitting here with you talking to you if I didn't go through all that. Because
And also, I mean, the most important point in all of this is the strength to get out of it, right?
it's
Like
hot.
like when you can get out of that, like you have there's no greater signal or sign of strength in my opinion, right? Because the hardest thing is like you said, when people get in whether it's financial, whether it's domestic, there's such hard situations that break people, like that literally break people. And the fact that you came out the way you did, the fact that you have your daughter, and honestly, we're going to end, we're not at the end yet, but we're going to get to the high note, which is how you're kicking ass in real estate now, right? Is because of that stuff. It's
Well,
because of
and you can't do it alone. It's
yeah,
just like how you were saying in the beginning, where it takes
mm,
like good people that you work with to help us
yeah,
get through this day to day. That's
yeah,
how you get through addiction. You can't
yeah,
do it on your own. Like you
yeah.
like going to the AA and stuff is more for me, it was more about like the networking and like meeting the people there and like finding people that want to do fun things together without drinking or without using, right? And like that helped me to move further because it's all about getting time. So it's like the same correlation for what you started this with saying like, hey, the people I work with help me get through these deals, these craziness, and every day, and it
That's
makes it
true.
better.
That's
That
true.
it's the same exact thing. It really is the people you have around you. They can affect you in a great way or a bad way. It really,
And
really is.
and it's true. It's funny. I never even realized the connection and the way you just brought it in. It's true. It's
Yeah.
totally true. That's interesting. No, I mean, shit, man. Like I always leave it up to you. Like I wasn't expecting you to lay it
Yeah.
out, but at the end of the day, I love the way like I love that you're that forthcoming with it, and and to me it tells such a good story. And I don't know. I think it's a positive thing. I don't know. I just that's the way I look at it. I
It
mean,
is because, like, people need hope. Like,
yeah,
almost
yeah,
every family is affected by addiction in some way or another right now because it is
it's
a
true,
huge problem in our country. And it's
true.
like I did it. Somebody else can too.
Yeah,
Don't give up. Like you can get out. There's
yeah.
definitely a better way. 100%.
All right, so I'm gonna pivot hard now. We're out of that stuff. We did it. We did it. We walked the fire. Let's get into the good stuff. So you are. How long have you been in the game? How long have you been doing real estate?
Since 2020, so 3 years.
Insane, man.
Because after my house burned down, when I was working doing sales, I was like, I just wanted to change. Like, I needed something better. Like, I wanted to do sales, but like, I didn't know. So I quit my job and went to real estate school.
So let's talk about sales. All right. I will tell you, you're one of the most natural salespeople I've ever met. right? And
Yes.
is that innate or is that education? Is that a little bit of both?
That is a gift from my father.
Yeah.
I can't tell you as much as I
That's
can.
Flintstone, huh?
Yeah, my dad is the same way, and he could talk anybody into anything at all. Like he can literally sit there and tell me the sky's red, and after like 10 minutes, I will really believe him. Like it's just something that he does. And he could do it to anybody, and I definitely like got that from my dad.
That's awesome.
I
That's
think
cool.
so because like it's just I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you, the gift of gab can do lots of good things, my friend. So Dad, so your first true sales role was the call center, right? Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay. And what were you selling then?
Originally, the first time was direct medical equipment.
Direct medical equipment. So what was that spiel like? What were you selling? Like, give me it.
I had to call people and
Right.
tell them that I was trying to order braces for them, that I had a note saying that they wanted to get like knee braces and stuff like that. And then I had to get them to go over a recording stating how much pain they had and where their pain was. And this is with like a lot of older people. And I also had to get them to give me either their Medicard number or their social security number. So I don't know. I don't know if it was like all on the up and up, but like I was doing it. Like they told me and they paid me well. And I was crushing everybody. Nobody could beat me. And I was always in compliance. Like when they would come to check and make sure like I wasn't saying like I was from Medicare or anything like that. Like people would get fired from that. I never did. I never did.
Yeah.
I just would tell them, I'd be like, Susan, you have to say this. That you have to do that.
So if I understand, you called someone out of the blue,
yeah,
right? And you would say to them, "I'm from blah blah blah," right? Yeah. But you have to get them to disclose. Okay, so what was it? What did you learn then? What did you take? Let's talk positives.
So I learned a lot of patience, right? Because when you're sitting there with a dialer, sometimes you can get a lot of voicemail. Sometimes you get hung up on a lot of people. People curse you out. They hang up, right? That was one thing. Two, I learned that like if you're like happy and nice to people and like have a little bit of energy, they're more willing to sit and talk with you. And if you just keep talking, chances are a lot of people won't just hang up and they're going to want to listen to what you have to say.
Okay. So, and you got that out of that. You were consciously. Most people are like, screw this. I hate cold calling. You love it.
I did not want to do it, and I wanted to make more money. I was working at Amazon, and I hated it. It was horrible. Oh my god, it was the worst thing ever. So I was like, fine, I'll try it. My body was so beat up. I had bruises everywhere. It was terrible. I was the top. I'm also super competitive. So like working at Amazon, like I had to be number one. So like I was like slinging boxes and like scanning everything. I was so beat up, but I get that gift card at the end of the week every week.
Oh my god!
I was like, I gotta make more money than this. I can't do this. I'm super competitive.
Were you always like that?
Always. Always. I would sit there and play Rock Band. One time I hit my brother with like a drumstick because he tried to like jump in to try and play, and I hadn't beat the level yet. I had a video game. My dad and my sister will tell you, I would stay up for like four days just to beat it. I was like, I didn't care. I've always been very competitive. So like when I got on the phones, I was a little like, all right, this girl Shay was like, just do this, just read this and see what happens. So I get on and like I see the board. Someone's got like 3 for the week. Someone had 1. Most of them had 0. And you get the guys complaining. Everybody's got a goose egg. Everybody's got 0. I got on my first day. I made 4. 2 people quit because they got mad. They thought I was cheating. Swear to God. And
what was this one? What was this you were selling?
That was the direct medical equipment. And
that was the direct medical equipment.
I never went down. I went all the way up. Then we moved over to solar and I was crushing it. I mean, I hit like 81. I mean, they couldn't beat me. They couldn't touch me.
Solar, what are you doing? Setting up appointments?
Setting appointments. But the way I got my appointments was I was like super honest with people. I was just like, you can take this information and throw it away, but it's just information. Like, that's all it is. We're not saying you have to sign up or anything else. And they'd be like, oh, okay. So you'll stop calling if I just let them sit and give me the info? I'd be like, yeah. But most of them would sell. So I would buy. And that was what I did. I just called them.
I'm going to make a confession to you. I never told you this. I sold high interest home improvements one summer. And I'll never forget this, that the whole shtick was that we would give you a coupon to Red Lobster if you'd let the guy in and hear you talk. So I never even talked about it. I just literally went right to the Red Lobster coupon. I was just like, and I'll never forget the first lady. I can't remember her last name. I remember her first name was Pauline. And I was like, Pauline, look, I'm not going to lie. I don't care what he's selling you, but you're going to get some free Red Lobster. She's like, free Red Lobster. She's like,
That's great. That's great.
From then on in, I just said, and then the boss would come and be like, how come we're buying all this Red Lobster and not selling anything? Like, I don't know.
That's great. That's great. Well, I would hit like they would tell you like if you get 10 a day, you get the spit. You get extra $100. If you do this, you get extra. I would hit all of them because I was just like super competitive. And like whoever sat next to me always made more money. They always were higher. Mm-hmm.
Is it because why were they listening to you or what?
Yeah, and they would use what I would say, but they would feed off my energy. Like I would play around, we would joke around a lot, and like if they were struggling with one, I would jump on and help them get it, just so they can get like on the board and stuff. Like Bridget, who we just closed, she was one of the closers at Solar.
Oh yeah,
she used to come over to my phone and be like, "Oh man, what are you got on here?"
So all right, so you sell medical equipment, you sell solar. At some point, you gain a level of confidence and say, man, I could sell, right?
Yeah. So like I always wanted to do real estate. My mom had mentioned it to me years ago. And finally I was just like getting mentally drained from it. Cause like when you call that much and every day and like you're constantly competing to get the same amount, because you know, you work with commission. I was done. I was burnt out. And I was like, I want to still sell, but I want to do it for like a better reason. Like I want to help people. Like that was all I wanted to do. So, and I think Sean will even say it if he's watching, like when I first met him, I told him my goal, my 5-year plan was to become a realtor. And I did it in 2. So awesome. Yeah, from when I met him.
So you get licensed. Are you in Jersey at that point? Or are you still in South Philly?
Jersey. I've been in Jersey since I got sober. Yeah.
So you're a Jersey girl now.
Yeah. I am though. I'm out here. I love it now.
So you get licensed. Then what's your first gig in real estate? Who do you shadow? Who do you work with? Like how does that whole thing go down? I
passed my test one shot. Boom, was done. I went and I worked with Rob Bunis and Ryan Campbell. And
very strong, Sean Petty. Very strong. Don't tell Jane.
I went and worked with them at Cherry Hill, KW Cherry Hill. I was on their team over there.
Oh, you were? Oh, I didn't know you were KW Cherry Hill. Okay.
Yeah, I was there for a while.
So what did you get? Like, and now that you walk in, right? Your first day in real estate. Go back to that. Like, what is it? What are you focusing on? What's your goal at this like point when you're coming out? Are you trying to learn? Do you just want to go?
I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just trying to listen to what I was saying to do, follow everything, and make money. But I got my first buyer under contract, I believe, like a week in. This guy James on a duplex. Yeah, on a duplex in Paulsboro.
And how'd you get the lead?
It was one. I believe Rob gave me him. Yeah, Rob gave me James. He had asked me to help him out and everything like that. We had Zillow leads at the time too, so I actually got 3 more under that were from Zillow, within my like first 2 months.
And is that all from the cold? Like, what gave you that? What was it? A natural like, oh shit, I can do this. Like what?
Well, so the Zillow calls were easy because it was like answering a cold call, right? And all I know is I got to get in front of them. So all I got to do is push to get the appointment. Once I get the appointment, then I sell me, right? Houses sell themselves. I got to make them want to work with me. So my whole thing was, I'm just going to be me. Like, I'm just learning. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you like, hey, look, I am newer. I have a team that's around me. I'm going to call somebody. It's called Ryan Campbell. I call him like, I still call him all the time when I have a question. I'm calling for everything, but like I'm gonna find out what the answer is and get it done. And I did, and I just rolled with it that way. One of my first buyers was from Zillow. It was this guy, and his parents were buying him his house. They invited me to their house to like sign the contract and everything. They lived on like a lake in like I guess it was Marlton. I can't really remember. It was a massive house. They owned a German sausage shop, and they kept giving me kibasi to take home. But I don't eat that. And my car smelled so bad. It smelled so bad. And then, oh my God, they were the nicest people, the Bohms. Deemer was he was a little handsy, but yeah, he was 90 something years old and he bought his son a house. And they were so nice. And they told me they worked with many realtors in their life, but that I was the top realtor they've ever worked with. They left, I believe
It's still in our freezer.
His brother-in-law took it. He said, I love Kabazi. He called.
We didn't get to talk about Sean, by the way.
He didn't yet.
We gotta reel that back in at some point.
Yeah. He called Rob and left a 5-minute voicemail about how incredible I was. Rob called me. He's like, you did a great job.
You know what's funny though? When I hear you talking, I realize it's such a natural fit for you, right? And it's and mainly it's because you're not focused on the statistics. You're not focused on, yeah, and I'm sure you know this stuff anyway, because I know you do. You when you go in, bedroom count, square footage, zoning, permits, blah, 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 blah. And you do all that because you want to be knowledgeable, because you want to look professional. But you're always so focused on developing that relationship, right? And I think that's what makes you so successful. I really do.
I really love meeting people. I love hearing people's lives. I love hearing about their grandkids or their families or where they're from. I really do enjoy that. It's exciting to me. I also like walking through someone's house and they tell you, oh, my kids used to play right here, or they used to swing on that thing. And it makes you feel alive and so happy. And then when you move on to their next part of their life, to be there for that, it's awesome. Especially first time home buyers getting to hand them their keys. It's incredible to hear some of the ways that these people, what they've gone through to get a pre-approval, to get us. It's awesome.
Awesome. I don't want to call you on the spot, but you're very good at being strategic with some of these realtors, right? So the one thing that we're noticing now I don't even know what word I would call this market. Challenging. It's a challenging market. Now more than ever, you have to be able to put up with such interesting personalities, right? People that are, one time they could be super friendly, the next time they could completely shut you down. And it's such a game of chess. Yeah. I mean, it really is. And I look at you grin and I think you really enjoy the game.
I do. I love it. I watch everything. I find out everything I can. I mean, even when I walk through houses, I look at the photos, I look at everything in the house to see what they like. I just try to find my in is pretty much what I do. Yeah. It is fun though.
It's interesting though, because you're as real as they get. You're as real as they get. And none of the words that come out of your mouth you're never focused on your competitor. You're never focused on shooting anyone down. You really aren't. You're really just focused in on making things work to benefit the people you represent. Yes. And it's okay to have fun and play the game. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, yeah, I don't think of it as competitor with real estate either, because I feel there's so many people, the people that want to work with me aren't going to want to work with the next person. I attract a certain type of person.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't ever faze me, because it's not worth it to fight with someone else over. I want to see everybody win, and I want to see everybody do well and grow.
That's true. And listen, the reality is that's not a lie coming out of your mouth. For some people, it's cliche. It's not for you.
It's really
and the main reason it's not is because compared to what you've been through, okay, you don't like me, okay, bye-bye.
Whatever. This is me. You get it. You're gonna get Pink, you're gonna get 90s Britney Spears. That's just who I am.
But I love the laugh for you is so classic Gianna, because I haven't known you that long. I feel like I've known you forever. I've known you for 2 months. And it's when you laugh, it's just so infectious. It's so real. I could go on and on. So before we close out, Sean, let's talk about Sean. I don't know why I didn't bring him up before. I don't know why we didn't bring him up. So tell me about Sean. Tell me about give me everything with Sean. I want to hear about this.
So from where? From what?
I don't even know how you guys met. Where did you meet?
Me and Sean met at an AA meeting.
And you're froze mid smile again. You're gonna look back at this video and you're gonna be like, oh, all right, you're back. You're back.
So we met at an AA meeting, and then I didn't think anything of it. It was nothing like that. I mean, I thought he was hot, but that was it. I made a comment to a friend of mine. Months later, a girl that I had become friends with that I was working with wanted me to come out. And like when I was getting sober, like I went to meetings and I stayed by myself. I watched like every movie. I'm a super like crazy movie TV buff. Like I love that kind of stuff, or video games. So I kind of just stayed to myself. So she wanted me to come out. So I went to Dom's, and they had this friend that they were trying to hook me up with, and I didn't I didn't want anything to do with that kid. And the kid wanted to be in there, and they told me he wasn't, and I was like, mad. But like the second I get there, I sit down at this booth, and it's her boyfriend, that kid, another kid, and Sean, who I didn't really know at the time. But I order like fries. The next thing I know, this dude's jumping up and down, flipping out about some girl that ghosted him, and how dare she? Like she's not gonna act like she's not talking about him. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, what is going on? They're like, we gotta leave. I'm like, I just got here. I Ubered. I paid $30 for an Uber to come here from Audubon. I'm like, what is going on? So we go outside. They're all getting in a car. And he's jumping over like the parking meter thing, the parking spot things, like, like the little curb things, going, screw that girl. She don't want to answer my text. And she said I could take her out. So the girl says to me, like, all right, I'm sorry that happened, but we got to leave. I'm like, she's like, what do you think of him though? I'm like, well, he's a good looking, he's hot, but like, he's really strange. I'm like, he's really strange. I go home like 2 hours later, it's like 12 o'clock at night. I get a text that says, yeah. I'm like, oh, you like calling people strange? You want to like? That's how I met Sean. And that was it. We we're on and off, like whatever. Like Sean kept trying to act like we weren't in a relationship, but we were in a relationship, and I would just be like, whatever. And then I don't know, like we just kept going. And we've built probably one of the most awesome things ever. We have Liliana, and then we have my 18-month-old Andrew. Liliana is not biologically Sean, but he's the only dad she's ever known. He's done everything and stepped up and is absolutely incredible for both of them. He has built himself to be so much now. He started his own contracting company. He's absolutely amazing.
What's up, Kenny P?
And he just keeps going. Like from when we met to now, like he's just grown so much. I think we both have, and we both have with each other. And like no one supports me more than him and my family. And like we're so supportive of each other. And like I don't know, like I love him. I love him. He's amazing. So
yeah, I mean, it's very obvious when you meet the two of you how you guys are best friends and so supportive of one another. And to me, it's impossible to have a good relationship and a successful career in real estate unless you have a supporting person. Like it's impossible. Yeah. It really is. Because let's be totally honest, this is not a forgiving profession at all.
Like we're both business owners, so it's hard. Like we have to schedule our stuff around each other. Like if I have showings and Sean has estimates, God bless Regina, my mother, and Sean's mother, Lisa, because we're like, hey, can someone watch Andrew on like the drop of a dime? Like everybody wants to take Lily all the time, but nobody ever wants Andrew. Andrew is a
That's my kind of guy. I like that. That means he's got character. I like that. That's good.
God, he's a maniac. He's the cutest.
So talk about goals for yourself professionally. Now you started off like now I know you're humble. I get that, but like I want to get a little cocky now, and I think it's okay to do that. Talk to me about your sales goals. So you're watching yourself grow year after year. Like, what do you want to do in real estate? What is your plan? What do you see yourself doing?
So like my goals are a little bit different. Like I don't make like number goals, right? Like I don't do value goals. I make life goals, like where I want to be and what I want to do. So my next step is the house. And then after that, like I want to invest. I want to do flips. I want to do stuff like that. I want to build a portfolio and a retirement fund that way. Like that's where I would like to go. I want to have different buckets of income and different things and build generational wealth is really what I want to do. I want to have my kids set up, so they don't have to worry about anything. And I want to pay my dad's house off. I really do. Like that's like another one of my goals. Like I just want to like help my family and others. And like, I really just want to grow. Like, I don't say like, oh, I want to hit 5 million or I want to hit 10 million. Like, that's not how my head works. Cause if I look at those numbers, I'll go nuts. So like, if I look at it and I'm like, oh, I'm only here and so-and-so's here, or this one's here, the competitive side of Gianna's brain lights a fire. And but what that does is it
My sister, yeah.
You can buy your own yacht. She's going to real estate school.
When you start helping us with social media, come on.
Yeah. She's going to real estate school. She'll buy her own yacht.
There you go.
But like I can't look at it that way because I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Like if I look at it that way, it will literally depress me. It'll like break me down because I will constantly want to meet that next one and I want to do it like that. And it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It really isn't. Like I don't care if I'm selling $1 million house, I'm selling a $200,000 house. I treat every single client the same.
That's a fresh perspective. I like that. Yeah.
I do. And like I look at it as more of like, what are my life goals and what do I want to get to? Okay, then I got to work this hard to get there.
And how about saying something basic like you just want to do what you love and be able to pay bills and put food on the plates and build a comfortable life? I mean, but that no one ever says that, you know, and
well, because there's something that you don't know about me. And I think it may have been, it triggered a little bit when my house burned down, and Sean will tell you it's the truth. I want for nothing, Chad. I'm not like, oh, I need the car, I need the bag, I need this, I need that. I really, truly am so comfortable just like being. Like watching TV. My TV is my life. I have an 85. I love my TV. I love it. I do. But like that is like my comfort zone. I'm not a like. I mean, like the travel is fun. I love to do things for the kids. That's really more of like I'd rather buy for them before me. I never buy for me. When I go buy for me, I think I'm like I feel guilty. I feel terrible.
When you buy for you, you get Spice Girls t-shirts. Right?
Yes, Lily picked it out. Lily was so hype about it. You got to see all the clothes she picked out for me. She did a really good job.
No, but in all seriousness, believe it or not, you know, when someone says things that are very realistic goals, almost too realistic, right? Because most people are like, I want to sell 100 million and live on a floating yacht. You know what I mean? Like, all of those things are nice, but, you know, I think, and now that I've gotten older, and it's funny, the one thing that I think happened in your experience is you aged quicker, not physically, but from a maturation perspective, right? So like mortality kicks in as you get older. And I'm being honest, I'm 41. I never thought about like life insurance and, you know, all this crazy crap. And now I have a kid and a wife and a mortgage and a this and a that. So you think about, well, what if I die? Well, what if I die? You experience that probably decades before most of us do when you think about it. So when you say things like you did, you know, it's really, really interesting because you've matured quicker. You've just matured quicker. And that is a reason for your success in real estate because you just want to do what you love to do, right? And if you can do that and help other people and put some food on the plate and pay the bills and do things that's good for your family, well, shit, you're winning, man.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I really mean that. And like, I know people think like some people say stuff for like figure, but like, I don't say it to be that. Like, I really just want to be and like, like just progress. Like, that's all I want.
No, but I think people can feel that about you. And that's why the biggest, and this is something what people have to understand, when part of the reason you're so successful, amongst other things, G, is that so many people see that very quickly. They can sense that you're authentic and that you really do give a shit and that you're extremely likable and approachable and you want to help everyone in the transaction. And that's why so many deals of yours get accepted, I think, because, you know, you're not coming across as this arrogant, pompous jackass, you know, that can tell you, I've been in this business for 40 years. You shut the fuck up. Like, you know, like I'm being honest.
I don't know how to be like that. Sometimes when people write on my, thank you. Sometimes when people write like on my post and they're like, you're killing it, you're on fire. I don't even know what to write back. I said to Sean, I'm like, what am I supposed to write back? Like, I don't want to seem like whatever.
Well, you know, you
I put a heart or I put the hands up all the time. I really don't know what to say because I feel like awkward. I'm like, I don't want to brag. I don't like that. I'm like, I really don't. You'll notice if you look at any of my posts, I do it all the time because I just don't know what to say. I have no idea what to
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. I'm, now that I'm around, I think I can help push
I get
that a little.
awkward. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, especially because of my ostentatious tagline that I use for myself. Because there's no, there's no hiding the fact of how I feel about myself, but also the people I work with. So we're gonna work on that, Gianna. We're gonna work on that. But no, I've listen. We could keep going. People don't know is this is not the first 1 hour conversation we've had today, you and I. So it's just publicly. That's all.
Many days. We're just cracking up laughing. We go from 5 things to like 20 things. Like
no, but you know what, Gianna, I'm going to end it by saying this. The monologue in the beginning was true. You meet people in this business that you're meant to be working with. I feel very fortunate that our paths have crossed. I think we're going to do really incredible things together. You're such a natural talent in the industry and in the business. And I like your perspective on life is extremely refreshing. And, I will tell anybody this. There's no better real estate agent in South Jersey. And you are way beyond your years of experience. Way beyond because of your life experience. So I'm so excited to be a part of your ascension. I always use that word, your ascension to stardom.
You're the best. You're the best.
And growth. And I'm looking forward to Gianna and I have a lot of fun content coming out. I can't wait.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But thank you for very short notice coming on my show. And this will be the first of your many appearances. Now, to cap the grand finale, I've given you tons of time. Are you going to sing us to sleep tonight?
I guess. Well, I still don't really know what to sing.
Well, if I be quiet for a minute, will it help?
You want me to sing? I'll sing the Lady Gaga one. Are you singing
Okay.
it?
Jason, take me off, and I'm going to say goodnight because when you're done, we're going to end the show. I want to thank everyone for watching another edition of the SuperStars podcast. We've named this show so many different things because I go through all these phases. But superstarspodcast.com is live. This show will be up there. And I'm looking forward to doing many, many more of these. Yes, she is going to sing it, John. I'm just saying goodbye, okay? Everyone just wants me to get
this
the hell.
This may not be good because I don't have any music or anything too. So you gotta remember, you're putting me on the spot.
You can close your eyes if you want.
Yeah, but that's like doesn't help with like.
That doesn't help.
You don't
Do you want me to ask if Jason can? There you go.
Put on.
No,
it's like random. Not just music.
Yeah, Jay, this is like strip music. That's like.
I'll try to sing the Lady Gaga thing, but I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you end the show. I want to thank everyone for watching another edition of the SuperStars podcast. It has been a pleasure, Miss Gianna Furia. I am going to sign off. Jason, get me off. And yes, you can use your phone, Jay. You absolutely can.
I'll try.
So Jason, take me off the screen and let's say goodbye to all my friends.
I'm trying to pull it up though.
It's all right. Take your time.
All right, I'm just gonna fast forward to the part. Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired of trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. Through all the good times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I feel myself I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never leave the ground. Crash the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, is that good? I messed up. Hello.